gonna try to do is step in, embody the swag that people from Detroit walk with.
With the first pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham.
I know my name was the first name called, but I didn't do this by myself. I have a number one pick family, honestly. Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.
The NBA's newest stars have been shining in the Summer League. Last night, we had the number one pick and number two overall pick square off as Cade Cunningham's Pistons took down Jalen Green's Rockets. Green, the second overall pick, who bypassed college basketball to play in the G League, made his feelings known about being drafted second overall.
My tip been super big. It started at draft night when I got drafted number 2. I felt I was number 1, but I mean, it's just the work I gotta put in. I gotta keep the chip on my shoulder from where I'm from. My family installed it into me, so I'm just keeping getting better every day.
All right, obviously a lot of great players from this draft. Stephen A., who do you think is going to be the better pro, Cade or Jalen?
Me personally, I think Jalen. That's not to throw any shade on Cade Cunningham. I like what I see. He's a smooth brother, smooth ball player, got a nice stroke. No doubt about it. I think he's got a lot of promise, and I think Detroit, as the late great Stuart Scott used to call Detroit, Detroit. I think they're in for a treat with him. I have no issue with it, but I think that Jalen Green is one of them brothers that, I look for 2 things, guys. Actually, 3 things. Obviously, I'm looking, for your size and what have you, your athleticism. I'm looking for whether or not you have a perimeter shot, because in today's game that truly does matter. The other thing that I'm looking for is a want it, a go get it mentality, which is why, Max, I want to take a moment to give you credit for what you said about that cat out of Baylor, Davion Mitchell. This brother's work ethic, I mean, you got coaches raving about him. I read an article where he pulled a hamstring, and come to find out, Bobby Jackson, who's coaching the G League, Sacramento and all of that, and working with those guys over the summer, used to star for Sacramento. I covered him when I was covering, you remember when the Lakers were playing the Sacramento Kings, in 2000 and stuff like that. He was a member of that team with Bibby and Stojakovic and Vlade Divac and C. Webb and those guys. And I love Bobby Jackson. And I was reading a story about how Davion, had stretched his hamstring or did whatever. And come to find out, Max, the reason why is because he had worked out twice before the workouts were scheduled. So he came in early in the morning, got a workout, then went and get a little rest, got in another workout before practice. And they say these are the things that he does religiously. And they're like, you got to calm down, bro. It's long. See, he wants it that bad. I look at Jalen Green when he gets on the court and compete. What I see in Cunningham is a smooth operator that just knows how to play the game and is going to know how to be effective and productive and is going to be a plus for the Detroit Pistons. I see a guy in Jalen Green that seems to have a little something extra that you don't teach. Not just talent-wise, but he wants it bad. And he doesn't want to just be good and to win. He wants to be the reason you win. He wants to be a star. We hear a lot of people say that, but we don't see it when we're watching them. I see that when I watch Jalen Green, and that's what I'm thinking about.
I want to comment quickly on 2 things you said, then I want to make my point about Cade Cunningham. Number 1, Stuart Scott. When you bring up his name, boy, the world was much better when Stu Scott was in it. I miss that dude. He was a great guy and obviously a huge talent. Yeah. Davion Mitchell. There's a video circulating on social media from Kobe. I think I saw it on Instagram or something, where Kobe's talking about he would wake up at 3 in the morning to work out at 4 and then work out 4 to 6, and he'd take you through the schedule of his day. And he said, now, if you're not doing that, and I am, after 5-6 years, you can never catch up. Yeah. I've done it too much. You can't catch up. That's what Muhammad Ali used to say. Get up and start running at 5 in the morning thinking Joe Frazier's up at 6. I'm getting up at 5, right? That's what it takes. Davion Mitchell obviously has that kind of mentality. That's why he's 6'1", 6'2", and he was killing the game in college. He's going to be killing it in the pros. Cade Cunningham, is there's a reason he was drafted first, even against a high flyer, Stephen A. And the reason he was drafted first, even over Jalen, is that the world has changed. The basketball world has changed. What we're looking for as the centerpiece to a championship team, the thing that gets you there quicker than anything else, has changed. It used to be, way back in the day, the big center. No one would trade a center for anything that wasn't a center if the center was great, right? I mean, everyone was looking for it. Coming out of the era when I was a kid, it had already passed, but, you know, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, and then I was in that as a kid, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as I know you were, Stephen A., and they drafted Patrick Ewing and David Robinson. You must have a big. Then Michael Jordan came along. I mean, there was Bird and Magic, of course, but they were sort of unicorns, 6'9", point forward guards. What were they? Jordan came along, and it was like, oh, excuse me. The two-way wing who can score 30 points a game, you want that, Kobe Bryant. Mm-hmm. And guys who could make you believe they could do that, that was the most sought-after thing. Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, guys like that. Then LeBron came along. And then since then, we've seen Luka and what James Harden has evolved into and what we wish Ben Simmons could be if he could shoot. And we're like, oh, excuse me. The athletic guy with the size of a wing plus who can run your offense, who can also do all the things offensively that a point guard can do, the hybrid of Magic and Michael. And if he can shoot too, oh my God, that's what everyone's looking for nowadays. I think this draft was instructive that way because there's been a sea change. Usually a guy like Jalen, you're looking for that. Ooh, that guy's there. He's going first. But not if there's another guy who's 6'8" and can handle and can score and can set up your offense like LeBron or Luka or one of those dudes. That guy now goes number one.
Well, there's a shot, Max, we can both be right. There's a shot that we can both be right about what we're saying about both of them because neither of us are throwing shade on either of them. We love what we're seeing from both of them. What I would tell you is watch out for this, what you should really appreciate by Jalen Green. He's in Houston. Who was in Houston wreaking havoc for years?
James Harden.
That would be James Harden. He seems to know that. And as a result is hell-bent on and determined to inch towards one. It's a new era and I want it. And what I'm saying is when you're evaluating talent, yeah, I can look at your skill set. That's first and foremost. I got to look at your athleticism. I got to wonder about your durability. All of your mindset, though, is a huge, huge deal. How bad do you want it? Yeah. Jalen Green seems to be that kind of guy. And that's what I'm noticing.
Absolutely. He didn't even go to college. I want to see that Kobe video, Matt.
That's true. It was not messy for Russell Westbrook. He's home. You see that? Bye-bye. He's home, officially. It's been a bit of a circuitous route for the Long Beach native, right? Went to UCLA, drafted by Oklahoma City, teamed up with KD for 8 of his 11 seasons, helped the Thunder to the 2012 NBA Finals, and left town as the franchise's all-time leading scorer. Then Westbrook gets traded to Houston, where he's reunited with his former Thunder teammate, James Harden. He would average over 27 a game there, but the Rockets were eliminated by the Lakers in the second round of the playoffs. So what happens? Well, Westbrook on the move again. Traded to Washington prior to last season, the 9-time All-NBA selection, averaged a triple-double, helped the Wiz to their first playoff berth in 3 seasons, and now, look where he is. Westbrook may have his best shot yet at taking a title as he joins LeBron, AD, Carmelo, and the Lakers. You're talking about name recognition. Wow. Put him on the marquee. He becomes the 3rd former MVP to start 4 straight seasons with a different team, the first to be traded in 3 straight seasons. Here's what he had to say today.
First, man, it's surreal. I think it still hasn't kind of hit me yet that being from LA, growing up not too far from here, being able to watch the parades, try to go to them, miss school to try to go to them, being a Laker fan and being from LA, but now everything coming full circle for me is it's a blessing. You know, it's a lot of things I can't put into actual words just because, you know, some of these dreams don't come true for people like